Democratic New York City Mayor Eric Adams announced that the migrant shelter at Floyd Bennett Field will close by January 15th. The shelter is in a national park where federal authorities, not city officials, have jurisdiction.
We have been concerned about Floyd Bennett Field since the election results. It is the only shelter on federal land, and we do think that could pose additional risks.
In recent interviews, President-elect Trump has signaled that he will prioritize border and immigration enforcement early in his administration. Democratic leaders have been working to shield undocumented immigrants before he takes office. Meanwhile, immigrants without legal status at the shelter have expressed concerns about stricter enforcement under the new administration.
I see that he is a man who says what he means and keeps his word. Let's wait and see what happens.
Jose says he believes that the actions of a few individuals are unfairly tarnishing the reputation of all immigrants.
There are many immigrants like my compatriots who come to commit crimes and steal. So sometimes just because of one person, everyone pays the price.
Jose is part of one of the two largest immigrant surges in U.S. history. During the Biden administration, roughly 8 million immigrants entered the country. The second comparable migrant wave occurred in the early 1850s, according to New York Times analysis of government data.
I think the numbers that we've seen in the last couple of years are historic. The largest number that we've seen in history by pure number, not by necessarily by percentage.
In the face of these overwhelming numbers, New York City Mayor Adams is adopting a conciliatory approach. Recently, he met with President-elect's incoming border czar to discuss the evolving situation.
My conversation today with the border czar to figure out how do we go after those individuals who are repeatedly committing crimes in our city. We're going to tell those who are here, who are law-abiding, to continue to utilize the services that they have a right to utilize, educating their children, health care, public protection. But we will not be a safe haven for those who commit violent acts.
Many of Mayor Adams' recent actions may be strategic moves to retain a measure of local control, Corcoran suggests.
I do think that one of the calculations he's probably making is he may be recognizing that he might not be able to stop all mass deportations or all mass raids in New York City. But if he's seen as cooperating to some extent, he may have some leverage to sort of figure out how those raids might be prioritized or what communities might be protected.
As blue state leaders adjust, it remains to be seen how effective these efforts will be. Aron Ranen, VOA News, New York City.